Oh, hey, caught me staring off in the blank space. So, today is the release date of Smash Bros. For Wii U, which means I can finally enact my plan. What's my plan, you may ask? Well, it's simple. You see, Smash for Wii U is a big item, but not many people own Wii U's. And who's gonna pay for that crap console for that good game when you can just get on a 3DS? Well, this is where my idea comes in. In 4 years' time, I bet Smash Wii U is going to be the most wanted game ever. I mean, Sakurai even said this is the last Smash game he's making, so I bought 400 of them. I really hope this pays off. It didn't pay off. Super Smash Bros. Was an instant hit when it first came out, so it's no surprise that when a new release comes out, it has people flocking to the stores to buy it, and the console comes out on it if they don't have it already. And when the new Smash Bros. Coming out on Nintendo Switch, I thought about high time that we take a look at the past games and see how they hold up to this day. Smash Bros. 64, the OG, the one that started it all. What can I say about Smash Bros. 64? Well, not much. It doesn't really have a lot going for it, in all honesty. I mean, yeah, the Smash Bros. Part is fun, the fighting is great, it really is. But other than that, there isn't much. You have Classic Mode and you have Versus Mode. In both of those, you have a few things you can change here and there, changing item drops, stuff like that, and that's about it. Then in one-player mode, you have 2 practice stages and a training. One of them is Break the Targets, which is kind of okay. The platforming in this game isn't that great. It's not good enough to do this target thing, not at least in the beginning. I think it could definitely be a lot better. And the other one is Board the Platforms, which, if you don't know it, I don't either, because it never got used again as far as I'm certain. I mean, I could be wrong. If I am, oops. But I've never heard of that gameplay before, so. I guess what I'm trying to say is that Smash 64 isn't that great of a Smash game. It has very little going for it. It doesn't have a lot there to do other than the fighting. And while, I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean it's a bad fighting game or at all a bad Smash game, but compared to the others, it just doesn't hold up as well as it did back then. I will give it that it has a good roster that shows a pretty good chunk of what the Nintendo library has to offer, and represents the characters really well, even though it had a very small amount of time to make it. But I guess I just have to say that Smash 64 is probably the worst Smash game. Super Smash Bros. Melee. This game has been praised to death. They are beating the dead horse with another dead horse when they praise this game. That is how much this game has been praised. You can't mention this game without someone going, "Well, Melee's the best game in the Smash series!" And you know, because of this, I went in trying to find something bad about this game. Anything that could make it to where it's worse than another. And I couldn't. Honestly, I really couldn't. This game is really well done. It's really well balanced, really well rounded out, has so much more. It does everything the first game should have done. It has all these different modes, all this different stuff to do. It is amazing how much they packed into this game. And may I add that the models look beautiful for GameCube era. Oh, and the camera. The camera is so much better. You can move it a little closer, move it out if you're the only one playing, and it just gets much more into the action. The N64 camera is garbage compared to this. It's garbage no matter what, honestly. The controls feel a lot smoother, the jumping is way better than it was in the N64. It's still not the greatest, but this is a fighting game, not a platformer, so you can give it the benefit of the doubt. A roster of 25 characters, way overshadowing the 12 characters of the last game, all spanning a much wider range of Nintendo games, bringing in games that people were wanting since the last game. This thing is amazing. And oh, can we talk about the stage selection. 29 stages, all having a little bit of something for everyone. You can find a stage that you love. If you can't, you're just not alive. You aren't a person, because there's a stage for everyone. Honestly, I have to agree with everyone. Smash Melee just does everything so much better than 64. It takes what 64 started up and just goes with it, runs with it, makes it better, exactly what a sequel should do. I can see why people say it's the best Smash Bros, honestly. Oh, another fun fact about Melee is actually that I don't own it. It's not there. Sure is. Sure ain't here. Right. May or may not have had to emulate it. Might have the FBI knocking on my door right now. They might be like, knock, 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 knocking, coming in. They're gonna. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Just saying the name angers Smash fans. For some reason this game has this really bad stigma around it, but I don't understand why. It's not a bad game. I mean, I remember this being my first Smash experience ever, and while I didn't like playing it because I sucked at it, I thought it was a good game. Honestly, with this game, I went in completely blind. Like I said, I haven't played it for years, and when I did, I was very, very little and couldn't play the game at all, so I had no clue what to expect. All I knew is that Solid Snake was in it, and I was excited. Honestly, this game isn't that much different from Melee. I've heard that people say it's a lot slower, but I didn't notice that myself. There's also something about tripping that happens, but I also didn't notice that. Maybe I just got lucky and didn't run into these problems, but for me, it felt like a natural continuation to the Smash Bros. Series. It's not as good as Melee, mostly because of the controls when it comes to a Wiimote, but switching over to a classic controller is a little better. I know a GameCube controller is the best way to play it though, it feels the best, the controller itself is just so good. It also adds in something called Adventure Mode, the Subspace Emissary, which is amazing. In theory, it's pulled off horribly. I played through a bit of it and I really didn't like it. It had no real story, it just kind of went all over the place, jumped around a lot, and I couldn't get into it. Maybe if I were to play more of it, it'd be better, but I couldn't. It just wasn't fun for me. Which really makes this not as good of a Smash game, because the one big reason to get it isn't that good. You could just play Melee on your Wii. So, I can see why people don't like it as much, but I just don't think it deserves all the hate it gets. I gotta say it. I know I'm gonna upset a lot of people. Smash Bros. Brawl is a good game. While the story mode isn't that great, the brawl part, the actual fighting part, is really good. It takes what Melee had and did what it could on the Wii. I know if you really get into it as like a huge Smash fanatic, you can find these little things such as the tripping, edge clipping, air dodging, stupid stuff like that people really complain about, but as someone who isn't obsessed with Smash, it's a good Smash game, and I really enjoyed it. Smash for Wii U. I'm only looking at the Wii U version because the 3DS version is literally the exact same game but slightly worse graphics, so, yeah. Anyways, this game is, well, it's Smash. There's not really more to say. It almost falls in the same place as the Smash 64, but it's the fourth game, so it shouldn't. I mean, it doesn't do too much new, it takes away the story mode, which kinda sucks, and it just feels easier. I played this and I went through like 5 matches and didn't lose a single match. Now, bear in mind, I am not a good Smash player. In every other game, I almost lost every match. But for this one, with the CP set on the same exact level as the other ones, I could not lose. It just didn't feel as good. Other than that though, Smash 4 just kinda exists. It feels like this weird middle point between Brawl and Ultimate, and I definitely think it could have been better gameplay-wise. I think the character roster is great, but other than that, it doesn't have a lot going for it. And that's the last game we have. I don't have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but when I get it, I might actually do a video on it. Psych, who would want to play this crappy game when you can play a real big boy game? PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Yeah, this baby's so good. This is just Cookie Mama on the Wii. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why don't you give it a like? And if you want to see more, why don't you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can see whenever I upload new videos. And while you're at it, if you want to keep up to date on Cadency news, follow me on Instagram and Twitter.